let's get started here. So the art contest, that obviously was born just last week around this time, and we wanted it to span, a bit longer time so people had time to actually build and create some really cool art. We started with just the Gribble stencil that some of you may recognize from the Lunar New Year art that Gears Art put together. He's actually listening here in the AMA as well. So thank you, Gears, for the stencil. This is actually a contest that I wanted to run, and I pitched to Adam back when we very first were talking about having me come on, because I just think it's really fun to go into MS Paint and make some funny gribbles. And some of our earlier entries really were like, we've got the Pride Gribble, very cool paint, MS Paint contribution. Rycools looks kind of like a frog gribble, some basic stuff. But then we got OX Fury comes in here with the incredible psychedelic, hand-drawn, really great effort. Immediately after that, Deborah Johnson with the Mecha Gribble. And currently we've got about 30 to 35 entries. We are willing to give up to 100 whitelists. We've said that a couple times here and there. So again, if you have not put in an entry, very easy whitelist compared to some of these other projects, right? Like where you have to jump through hoops and invite tons of people and follow this and that. Like just color a gribble, man. We just want to see what you got. Engage with us and we'll reward you again. So more cool ideas along the way. King T actually printed his out, put his in different, like grass and city environments. That was cool to see. We got a time lapse from Manier. McDonald's Gribble, probably maybe a licensing issue to have the McGribble anytime soon. But a lot of these entries really, really creative. And then the more recent entries, because they have had more time to actually put in some effort. You got like this Diablo Gribble, the King Gribble, the Zombie Gribble. Like these are really, really incredible. And, they're really just competing for a couple of NFTs, some USDC and whitelists. So it's really awesome to see the amount of time and effort put into this when really it was, just a simple contest we would have been happy with. A lot of MS Paint entries.
Sorry, I actually had a thing I wanted to ask you for everybody.
Sure.
Like what, kind of recap for everybody, what are the prizes?
Sure. The prizes for this art contest, that is still going on. There's 1 day left. If you go through our Twitter account, you'll see a bunch of the entries. If you go to our Discord, the art contest category, someone actually literally just this second put in a new entry. Caped Crusader has like a cosmic gribble going on. That looks awesome. Really good job there. But yeah, the Discord right now, we're ending the contest at 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. It's 5 p.m. Pacific right now for reference, so a little under 24 hours. Get your gribble in. We'll get you a whitelist most likely, and then you'll have a chance. The voting period is actually going to take place on Saturday on our Discord. So the way it will work, when submissions close tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific, again, just under a day away, Jason, myself, Bernie, some others on the team, Gears, the Gribble creator himself, we're going to, give our scores. Probably won't post, all the scores publicly, but we will arrive at our top 10 that we've agreed upon a system for, and we will post the top 10 in a channel just for voting. There won't be any chat. You guys can chat about everything still in general chat, but the top 10 voting will be just reactions in Discord so that we can track everything voting-wise. And you can vote for as many gribbles as you want to. Again, it's going to just be a cumulative thing. So whoever ends up top 5, whenever we seal the deal, that'll be Saturday night Pacific. Top 5 will receive prizes. So first 2 prizes will each receive a DuskBreakers NFT. They'll move on to a grand final on Sunday. And then 3rd through 5th will each receive 500 USDC, and that is the USD stablecoin that we've been giving out as prizing, because it's just a little less volatile than Ethereum itself. So that's 5 sort of cash prizes, 2 NFTs, 3 USDC, and then, just up to 100 whitelist, again, just for submitting. We want to reward you guys for engaging, so that's an easy thing that we can do. We know that the second NFT collection has been teased for quite a while. We're still not ready to give you, anything concrete on that. But these whitelists have added up for a lot of you. I know like Edward has 10 of them. You guys will want to use them. So pile up those whitelists while you can, while it's easy, before the mega hype builds and, those get out of hand and maybe more valuable. So early presence and early engagement is rewarded. We love seeing all the entries from holders as well as newcomers. And Did I forget anything? Oh, yeah. So the top 2 that actually win the NFTs will go to a Twitter vote so that we can see publicly, we can all share our top 2, the community's favorite 2 entries. And then whoever wins the public vote, so more people will be introduced to our Gribbles and our universe, they will actually earn canonization. And we haven't done that actually in a while since the breakout contest in January. We're going to actually commit one of the best Gribble maker, I suppose, one of their NFTs to the DuskBreakers official lore, like we've done in the past with some of our minigame and creative contest winners. So that's very exciting. That is probably the rarest prize that we can actually give. So something really cool to draw for, compete for here. That's pretty much it. Any questions, any details I may have missed from the co-hosts here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just want to reiterate to be very transparent about the stakes of the canonization of your breaker. Right now, if you have a canonized breaker, Eddie has one, a couple of you have one. It's not huge yet because we haven't really built out a lot of narrative and lore. It's slowly coming out. There's lore that's been updated on the DuskBreakers website. You can go to dustbreakers.gg and under About, there's a lore drop down. You can read about the story and everything. So, and you can see the list of the canonized breakers. That list is there. So that is there. And we have a question coming up. So I'm going to bring up Syntax over in Discord in a second. Just let me finish my point here. But this is one of the great big plans of our initiative here is to build a very, very vast story world. And I always compare it to Star Wars, really early Star Wars. And so the idea of canonizing a breaker is very story driven, very experimental, but my theory is that's going to create a lot of value for that canonized breaker, because now suddenly a common, potentially common breaker can now be, Mace Windu, right? So I think that's a pretty neat thing there. But yeah, anything you guys want to add there? I want to bring up Syntax over in Discord. While if you want to, if anybody else on screen on stage wants to add.
Canonization. It's really cool and could be the most valuable thing ultimately. Since it is tied to an NFT. Also, it's like owning an official character in another game, so it's really sweet. Cool prize. Glad we have something unique to offer like that.
I've Syntax on Discord. I see you requested. I believe I've accepted your request, so I think if you accepted the request on your side to come up. But while that's happening, let's move on. What's next?
Okay, so again, to recap, prizes for submitting art. Go to the Discord, discord.gg/DuskBreakers right now. Submit any colored Gribble stencil and, earn something for your trouble. So that ends 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Again, Discord voting will be all day Saturday, Twitter voting all day Sunday, and by end of Sunday, we should have our ultimate victor, first prize canonized person. So that's really cool. And then after that, of course, everyone's going to be bored immediately and say, what do we do now? And of course, you can always play the minigame on our website, duskbreakers.gg, and try out the launcher and play another minigame on that if you've got a Windows machine. But for more contests, obviously, we've got lots of things that we can still do. So another contest has been brewing this week. They want me to say a day. I think I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reserve the right to say next week and give ourselves time to build it perfectly here. But the idea is going to be a more creative contest. Again, this one was the paint and the artistic drawing skills. The next one is going to be more creative writing and verbal skills, writing skills. So we have decided to do a Mad Lib contest rather than providing a creative prompt and letting you guys go wild with the world of, the Dusk and just creating lore that doesn't make sense or won't, make sense officially. We still want to do something fun. So what we've decided to do is create a scenario where you guys and gals will plug yourselves into the story in the shoes of your breaker NFT. For example, if you're a holder, you can write in, here I am, breaker number 555 on the Dusk for the first time. Bernie and others are going to be writing a scenario that you should be familiar with from the mini games. At least you'll be able to picture it and, have some experience with the Dusk from the mini games to draw on for this creative contest. So I don't want to give out, I guess, too much more information from that, but it's going to be pretty simple to enter. Again, we're going to try to reward a ton of people. Maybe this one is more raffled prizes rather than a top one, since it is a more broad, sort of vague interpretation, creative thing. We do want, just a lot of participation. We want everyone to see how they can be a part of this universe. Maybe you guys and gals do come up with, cool things that Gribbles do that we didn't think of, or cool things that breakers think about on their day-to-day on the Dusk that, none of us even considered. So we're going to pick your brains a little bit at the same time. And something you write could be the coolest thing that we've thought of and, collectively build into the world. No promises, but, that's kind of the general concept. So we hope that you guys will continue building with us. The various Gribbles that we've seen are awesome. We know that you're a creative bunch. You wouldn't be a part of the project if you weren't at least somewhat interested in things like this. So we hope to see another, strong presence and number of entries for something like this. And there's more contests in the hopper after that. Anything from the co-hosts on this more creative contest that we got brewing?
Well described.
Thank you.
I will simply add that it is not required, even though the story that you'll be kind of injecting in will be about a breaker that you choose. So it can definitely be one of your breakers. For you to do. It's meant to be very simple. It's not meant to be very, it's not supposed to take you very long. It's just to be fun. But if you're not holding a breaker, you're totally welcome to use any breaker. You can just, random number, look up a breaker, and the idea, it will connect to, ideally you're connecting to an actual breaker, but you would just, look up the actual number. If you wanted to do breaker number 1, 2, 3, 4, whoever owns it, you could just say, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you could see what 1, 2, 3, 4 looks like. It's there. So you would just use those prompts of some traits perhaps to tell that part of the narrative. It's just a fun little experiment we're looking at. So yeah, as Joshy kind of alluded to, no specific promises, but the hope is to really find a way or try out one of these first ways of collaboratively working together, storytellers with community, to enrich a scenario that if you played the Beast Battler game, you'll be very familiar with. So you're not writing from blindness. You're actually writing from a theoretical experience that if you played the game, which I know a lot of you did, and if you didn't, you can just go play the game. Nothing's stopping you. You'll be able to kind of draw from that and talk about and kind of come up with some fun things for your breaker, someone else's breaker, your buddy's breaker, my breaker. You don't need to do that. I'm just saying it's really meant for everybody to play, and we're really trying to open it up for the community. So that's what I'll say about that.
Yeah. So actually, Solomon, who we know and love from the Vanguard on Discord, did actually ask a question after hearing that, and says, any more color on how those canonized breakers will be presented into the universe? And that's a burning question.
Yeah, that is a burning question. Trying to think of what I want to say. It will happen. I mean, it will happen because that is the main purpose of me on the team. That's what I want to do more than anything, is to get canonized breakers into narrative. It's really about finding the deployment of the narrative. So I'm just being very transparent of what's going in my head as a storyteller. I'm trying to find ways to do it without just having it be text. Because text, we can do text. We can do text tomorrow. And I'm trying to find different colorful ways to do that. And the challenge here is that there's a lot of other things the team's working on that are bigger things for in the scope of the franchise, like building the games, for example, and doing the story world and the art and the levels and the experiences and all that stuff. So trying to find not crazy resource intensive ways to put them in is what I'm trying to figure out. What comes first? I can't make any promises here, but like you've seen other things we've done. Like we did that corrupted trailer or that video with the corrupted. You could totally imagine a scenario where someone's breaker is 3D full on and has a whole scene like that, and that would be amazing. I don't want to make the promise that will definitely happen. I will just say that I would like for that to happen. That would be really, really cool. And I would also say that like that team, that's a big resource to do that. Like it's a big lift to say, just because Eddie's here, like taking Eddie's breaker, literally Eddie, and putting him in and animating him and 3D modeling that character out. Like it takes a while to do that. And so again, not saying we don't want to do that. It's just like trying to find those elements there to do that. You've heard us mention a webtoon comic, so that's still on the agenda, and other types of ways to tell narrative. So yeah, sorry I can't give a clean answer, but just want to be very transparent that I am very serious about this move, and I just want to give you an update of where we are at with the limitations of our resources at the moment. So yes, questions?
I will point to the careers page as well, since you do mention it. We do have a careers pile of things that you can apply for actually as designers, artists, engineers, to help relieve Bernie's bottlenecks for storytelling, visuals and other cool methods of storytelling. So you can go to duskbreakers.gg. The About tab has the careers all listed there. And we'll tweet about it actually again soon. But we have been hiring, also, obviously, throughout the last few months. Myself and Jason, two of these hosts here, just came on in the last couple of months. So it's not just community and marketing. Every department is getting bolstered up right now and adding on. So you could be a part of it if you get the right skill set as well. So that, I think, will put a pin in the contest. It looks like someone's brand new and they have a question. We'll save that toward the end, more of a general question about the project. I lost my AMA page. Here we go. Okay, so we talked about the art contest. We talked about the creative Mad Libs contest starting next week. Again, discord.gg/duskbreakers is where all this stuff is posted. Details on every contest will be announced there first, so make sure you're in on that. Twitter will be secondary. And then we do also have Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all the social medias if you're interested as well. But the next thing on the agenda for AMA 6 today is Community Games Night. Finally, we are actually going to make use of our Twitch channel. We've done a couple of community things on the Twitch channel. Again, twitch.tv/duskbreakers, as you'd expect. Previously, we did the reveal event that I helped co-host. We did the breakout superlatives. We actually did a little stream for and kind of went through and looked at some of those. The launcher and the boss battler we did a stream for. So it's been used a few times. Now we want to do some more regularity, build the channel, build like alerts and emotes, and gradually as we get our own games to play on the stream, show those off as well. So if you have been itching for some community involvement with DuskBreakers, we're going to play some games. I made just a straw poll link that I can share with you guys soon. Just want to make sure everyone on the team had a chance to look at it. But some games on there include Jackbox Party Pack on Steam. I would host it. You guys would all use the code on stream to come join the game. There's trivia, drawing games, all kinds of stuff. Gardic Phone you should be familiar with from other Discords. It's kind of like Telephone, but with captions and Pictionary sort of blended in. Among Us, Scriblio, other games like Teamfight Tactics we've seen mentioned a bunch on the Discord. If we got a bunch of TFT players, we could do some in-houses, maybe some prizing, maybe not. Marbles on stream, poker, Tetris, like all these things are up in the air. And if you've got other suggestions that you've seen that have been fun in other Discords, obviously we're all ears. And I'm a gamer, so I'm happy to host the streams most likely every Wednesday evening Pacific time, or North American time, really. 6:30 Pacific is kind of where we're looking at right now for Wednesday evenings. Not 100% nailed down, but just keep that in mind as we're still firming everything up here. But yeah, straw poll will be on the Discord soon. We'll do a tag everyone so everyone has a chance to look at it before we get started next week. But I plan for it to be a weekly thing, maybe more than weekly. Just depends on who shows up. So that's up to you guys. I'm not going to play a game by myself on stream. So if we get a good group, we can do it more frequently even. So putting that on the board for you guys. Finally, some non-DuskBreakers gaming enjoyment. That's pretty much it for that topic as well. Any additions or questions, Bernie or Jason?
Sick. No, that's my addition.
You're going to play games with me, right?
Yeah, I'm going to show up. And
okay, good.
That'd be terrible because that's what I do at video games. I'm just terrible.
Good. It'll make me look awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. The way you describe it, the more I hear about it, you talking about it, Joshy, the more I'm like excited to join in. Not to take away from all the other stuff that I need to do for the franchise, but yeah, let's go. It'll be fun.
And that's pretty much it from my perspective. Jason, if you were wanting to speak, you could take over the partnerships recaps and what's going on in that arena.
Ooh, if I wanted to speak,
if you wanted to, I could also do it.
This was you typically have a really good pulse of. I'm always learning from you on a lot of these projects, but I know that so recently we had a bunch of our projects that we've that we partnered with. Really fantastic projects such as Zoofrenz and Cryptowalkers and Clementines, and I'm trying to find my sheet because
Bao Society.
Bao Society, yeah. So we had a lot of those come to, like I said, fruition. Like they had mints. Cryptowalkers had their weapons mint. We're still waiting to see who got the DuskBreakers rifle. I forget what Gears called it. And he says he's not going to talk tonight. So
I think it was the MIF rifle.
Yeah, the magnetic interfusion or something like that. So that's the technical term for the rifle, the MIF rifle. So we're hopeful to see that. I'm super curious when people get that and how that's going to pop. The Fun Bao Society, everybody was in that one, and I learned about the order of 5 or anything multiple of 5. There was potential coin or future consideration for an additional bonus if you had a Bao that ends in 5 or 0. Clementines had their recent I don't know what did they call it? It was the playable characters in the world.
The Eclipse phase. So
Eclipse
it's their
phase, yeah.
second collection for their game world.
And we had whitelist for that, and then Zoofrenz. We've been talking more and more with that team and trying to figure out how to do more collabs in there. They happen to just offer us some float tanks for our community to continue to, because we had previously had a Zoofrenz mint whitelist access, and this was a secondary step in the evolution to what are they called? Awakened apes?
Correct.
All right. See, I knew it. I did it. So really great partnerships, and the future is a lot like that too. We're really looking for deep. I think we mentioned this sort of on maybe the last. Can't remember if we said this last time, but definitely a deep integration with future partnerships. Still looking for real good projects that we enjoy, that we think are great for our community to be a part of as well, or consider anyway. And it obviously adds a lot of benefit to our community of both holders and just our fans out there who like our project. So Gears gave us the proper terminology for the rifle. He says it's the Dusk Tech Special Issue Magneto Inertial Fusion Rifle.
Yeah. That's my goal. I actually minted, I think 5 total, and only 1 is still unrevealed. So low odds now of actually, minting the rifle. But I really do like their tiered rarity reveal. It's a really interesting economics experiment to have the unrevealeds very wildly in value from day to day after they reveal each tier. So DuskBreakers rifle, I hope, fingers crossed. I hope that the holders that we have also get their hands on one, as it is our first literally collab item that everyone can own. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I definitely want to get one.
And I guess if we had a call to action, thanks to Bernie, back channel Bernie, we want to offer to everybody. Obviously in our Discord we have an alpha ideas channel, and if you have a partner, if you see another project that you think is really great, and you think we could partner with them, let us know, and we'll go try to reach out to those folks. A lot of times we get a lot of people who ask us about, we get a lot of projects that come to us, but we could also be going out to other projects too to find a good partner. All right.
Amazing. Actually, I want to add one more to the partnerships. One of the things, it's kind of an old partnership, but if you were sticking with us and you were following them, you minted, we did a partnership with Shonen Junk at the beginning of Beast Battlers way back when. And they had to go through some things, and then we'll keep it simple, but they were pushed off OpenSea, they're back, and just want to let you know, if you minted Shonen Junk way back when, especially through our partnership, you should check out those tokens. They did bump a bit, and they are moving. Nothing crazy. Just letting you know that project is very alive, doing way better than where it was during their kind of trying time period. But they have a great team behind them, and just a little shout out to them to make sure that you guys, if you got one from our contests and so forth way back when, that just take a look at those and assess. So little thing for the community. All right.
So questions time. We do actually have a pile on Discord this time we could chew through.
Let's go. If you have a question, by the way, if you're on Discord or listening Discord or right here on True Spaces, feel free to make a request. I'll bring you up. But until that happens, we will, Joshy will burn through some questions.
Okay, so He Sarfs came in just recently and said, I'm brand new here, want to do an overview briefly of the DuskBreakers movement, ? So the really, really high, easy explanation of this is play to earn gaming. That is the, buzzword. Obviously our NFT collection dropped in December. We've got a second collection slated for Q2. All the Genesis holders will receive 1-to-1 additional, I guess is the way to say that. Like if you hold 10 breakers, you'll receive 10 NFTs. If you hold 20 breakers, you'll receive 20 new NFTs, and so on and so forth. And we know that we've built a couple of mini games, right? We've got the Recruiter Simulator that started way back in the Play to Mint in December, as well as the Boss Battler, which is a variant. Obviously we added some bosses in the same general build, but basically proving concept of patching each week, updating the games, providing more than one experience for everyone before even minting any NFTs. There are a lot of projects out there that are also play-to-earn projects, but don't have any gameplay of any type or proof of concept available. So we wanted to provide that trust and gameplay experience immediately out of the gate. And I think that's been established as a strength of DuskBreakers. The other strength, obviously, is the team itself. We've got Emmy winners and former founders of giant Web2 businesses and C-level engineers and this and that. The team strength. Obviously, you can see that on duskbreakers.gg on the team page as well. And actually, that page is out of date, even though it has like 16 to 20 very talented, genius people on it. We've hired another, dozen, and the Vision Studio is not quite represented on there yet either. So we're just growing left, right, and center. Massive experience, I would say. It really is kind of the selling point right now, while there is no play-to-earn experience built. However, that is the ultimate goal. Q3 2022 seems like it's getting closer and closer now that I'm on the team, but it's a ways off still. We're still building toward that goal. And obviously it's sci-fi. We're very heavily influenced by sci-fi and anime of the past, and all the project leaders really want to create something community driven. That's why a lot of our contests are things like art, writing prompts, canonizing breakers as prizes, things like that. So that's pretty much the gist of DuskBreakers for anyone who's like first hearing about it or hasn't heard about it in a while. That's kind of the immediate past and future. But games, NFTs, and then expand it out from there in any way that we can afford to or have bandwidth to do. Like Bernie wants to build comics, obviously, are on the board. Like we want the comic for sure to be functioning. But there's tons of other stuff that we could do that we haven't even, teased yet because it could be months away. But obviously like augmented reality, virtual reality, audio, video, all kinds of arenas for multimedia that we could build into with these same characters, these same NFTs from the Genesis collection. So we want to provide value for someone holding one NFT. We want to provide value for someone holding 100 of them, equivalent. And also to anyone who doesn't hold an NFT, we want them to have participation as well. So the play to earn, also angling at free to play, no NFT necessary to engage and be a part of everything. So welcome to DuskBreakers. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I know there are other questions, but that is the top-down view, I think. Did I do good, Bernie, Jason? Should we move on?
Yeah, I can't add any more to that.
Amazing. Keep going.
Amazing. I talk for a living. Starting to lose my voice here. Now that's a problem. Okay, so a big question, that's always top of mind. John Doe has asked before, most gamers dislike NFTs. How will DuskBreakers attract gamers to an NFT project? Really, the simplest answer we can give is make the game fun, engaging, NFT second, crypto gains, secondary to fun and enjoyment. Capability of what we're building here. We want it to be AAA quality. We want it to be, console quality, mobile games, PC, comparable with Switch games and, things that you're already playing. So, we just need to make a good game. That's what gamers like.
Well, we also, we make free-to-play games. So, that's a big part of it, right? You want to be able to bring people in to your experience, to our world here with, they don't have to buy anything necessarily from the get-go. There are people who did, and we're going to definitely work on all sorts of holder-related benefits, and that's a major track. And then the other track here is also trying to allow people just to play our games and enjoy them as well. So I think that's a big part of what we're building is more than just more than just the NFT part, so that we can get other people to at least try out our community and decide to stay.
Okay, moving on. We've got Meet D. Lou always asks some nice questions. His first one here is, would love if the team is open to sharing about building the team, aspirations, challenges, focus. I think we touched on that a little bit earlier. Art and engineering, obviously, the more capability we have to build, the more that we can build. Others are just ideas, right? Like we can load the chamber with tons of awesome bullets for multimedia ideas and shows and contests. Sometimes those need support from other areas. So that is obviously something that we're actively hiring for. I mentioned before, dustbreakers.gg about and careers. So you guys can check out all those multiple roles. There may be something you didn't expect there. So definitely check it out. We are a startup, so not every position has been filled yet. Boss B. Ernie also asking some new hires on the team and how many team members now. How many team members now? I could probably answer a little bit better. We have roughly 35 sitting in our company chat, but the Vision Studio in Taipei, I'm not 100% sure the number.
I think they're represented there.
Are they? Okay, so 35.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all in there, though, so maybe a little more than that.
35 plus. But big, right? Like our webpage has 16 to 20 listed, and we're already up over 30. So growing all the time. Nothing specific that we can call out since the previous AMA that comes to mind, though. A lot were in February and March. People asking for sneak peeks and token and governance. And this is all, you will see this stuff literally the second we're able to post it. So again, we're just going to ask for patience on that stuff. That the word token has been mentioned before. Another collection is coming. Obviously, the sneak peeks will come when we're ready because they're really good marketing vehicles, and we want to, press those buttons at the right times. Don't want to jump the gun early. There's a lot to consider, but as soon as we're ready, that's my favorite thing to share. So don't worry about it. We will share those sneak peeks when they're done.
Well, I will add, if you guys don't mind it, nothing that's going to be actually specific, but I think that a lot of people will be, holders especially, will be pleasantly surprised, we hope, and that's what we're aiming for in May. I think May is going to be a really foundational month for us going forward in the year. And so I think we, come back here on, give us 30 days, and then we're going to come back and ask. We'll see where we are, whatever the AMA lines up. Well, I think we'll have a lot of people asking questions around this, around this point, 30 days from now. So I think if you're there and you're wondering, like, we have games coming, later this quarter, NFTs coming later this quarter, more games on the way. But I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things to sink your teeth into in May that we're already like lining up. All things we're builders. We're building in a variety of areas of building. As Bernie says, he's building. There's lore, there's art, there's games, there's still a web comic. There's these videos and visuals that we're putting out, and we're also going to do a bunch of stuff on the marketing front to bring all this together, to bring all the eyeballs to the project, and hopefully make our community really proud of what we're doing. So in 30 days, I'll be checking back with everybody, see how everybody's doing and what they think of what we're doing and what their questions will be at that time. So how about that for a teaser?
I like it because you said it and not me. So, so he said about 30 days from now. I'll defer to Jason for future questions about that. But everything's being built. Again, we want to share that stuff as soon as we're able. Again, Discord and Twitter are still the best places to see things as they are prepared and shareable. So we hope you will share them. Obviously, again, we think that there are more NFT savvy and crypto savvy sci-fi fans out there that would be interested in the project. Every little bit of reach helps, making videos, streaming the minigame, things like that. We will try to provide reasons and, incentives for holders to want to do this stuff. But help us and we'll help you and so forth. And we'll build together next month looking like a heavy content month that holders can look forward to. But in the meantime, keep sticking with us for these contests, more partnerships all the time. And now our partnership, wallet, I guess, is getting quite wide, and they're still doing stuff all the time. So like Shonen Junk next week could drop something new. Zoofrenz with the float tanks, Clementines with their second set. So we obviously want to keep you all interested until there is that sneak peek and new gaming experience. I do see a question again from the newbie, he Sarfs. What are the minigames built on? The minigames are built on Unity, but that is not necessarily the end product. We've built a launcher now that's actually capable for Windows. Mac is also something on our radar. Obviously, we want to build standalone gaming experiences as well, but Unity was the first offering that we could get the most people able to experience the minigame back in December. So still building toward a full, more standalone experience.
And I think JT even once said Linux, and I was like, when he runs down the list, like JT doesn't, he wasn't kidding around, but I said Linux for real. I just thought that was, I don't know if I caught that like in my own head or what, but for sure, like Windows 100%, Mac 100%, and then trying to figure out what you would do on Linux is a whole other thing. Anyway, I thought that was a funny, in my mind, anecdote. How about that?
Linux is still normal for engineers.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can build a lot of cool stuff on it.
Anything can happen.
Yep. All right. So I don't see any other super standout questions that have not been addressed yet. The new guy saying he likes the storyline and the website is great to scan info. So thank you for that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The website itself, I'm just going to, we haven't fully discussed what we're going to say about the website. It's not done. I will say the website is not done. So it can be and will be improved as well in the coming days.
Yeah. So we just need to molt. We need to shed our skin and take our new form. We're going to evolve. I think we're only in phase 1, and there's more than I'm sure there'll be more than 3 phases here. We're not quite just a Pokemon, but I think there'll be a molt in May, and then we'll see where we go from there.
All right, let's I guess take it to Twitter questions. If you're here in the space and have a burning question, we can address those. Otherwise, thanks for listening.
I'm actually trying to think of a question for you guys. Just to put you guys on the spot.
Why? Talk so much.
This guy.
Oh man. Good stuff. Sorry.
Kevin found the side door before you could ask.
I know. I know he's like on the road, so he hopped in to. You saw him a little earlier on the stage.
Yeah,
he was ready to go, and then he was like, "Hey, I made the drop off," and that's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Irish goodbye. I thought that was my specialty, but that was a good one.
Ghosted.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, actually, we didn't talk about one of the things on our agenda.
Oh,
I'm highlighting it. Are we cool with this? I'm okay with this.
Oh, yeah. That's you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I know a lot of you, some of you more recent people discovered the show or discovered the franchise, I guess, the game franchise, through the trailer or the video of The Corrupted that we did a few weeks ago before GDC. We are doing another video. It's you'll probably see it next week. Don't want to spoil anything. It's fun. I'm sure, especially a lot of you who are playing the Beast Battlers contest, will be pleasantly surprised. That's all I'll say for that. I think anything more will be a spoiler. But yes, you'll see another piece there. So just kind of another reason why we're dropping another one. It's again to kind of keep the momentum showcasing this new our new 3D capabilities of putting out video content. Again, these things do take a little bit of time, but this is one that we kind of came up with. I have to give the Taiwan team credit that they actually went first here and put something together, and I got a little inspiration seeing kind of a scratch video they threw together of something they were just kind of whipped together really quickly, and I was like, oh, I can do something with this, and so just dug in there, and we'll hopefully, pending technical deliveries and so forth, you'll be seeing that next week. Very excited for it. Just a little fun thing for you guys. Nothing crazy, nothing, but hope you enjoy it. I'll say that. That's what I'll say about that.
Yes. It's going to be fantastic. It's a big gift to the community, I think. Yeah. And actually, I want to say, this is not a question because he's not going to talk anyway, but big thank you to our artist in resident, Gears. Obviously, this is his art style and his the characters he's drawn, and plus the Gribble, and really, I think it was a I don't know. I think if I was an artist and somebody took a stencil I did and did these fantastic. I know that you covered this at the top, Joshy, but such a bunch of fantastic jobs by the community that I was relaying to Kevin today in a call that like we're easily over 30. Entries into the art contest, and really that the amount of quality is outstanding. And so we might have something on our hands there with our community and what we can do there. So we'll be processing another art contest as well. So at some point here in the next weeks, just because we can keep seeing the skills and figuring out how we can showcase them and showcase our community's love for the project. So appreciate everyone who submitted, and like Josh, you said, you still have about 22, 21 hours or so.
And a reminder that there's a lot of prizes. So, and top 5, Josh, you correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the top 5 get some pretty significant prizes. So, I mean, once you hit the top 10, you have a 50% chance of getting one of the big prizes. So, go for it. I mean, top 10 from 35 entries right now. Pretty good odds.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy that Josh is putting on a 1v1 physical battle with just brushes, paint brushes, and winner take all. That's crazy, Josh. I don't know how you put that together, gladiator style.
Are you talking about my Super Gribble? Because that was made with just MS Paintbrush. Battling the Venom entry there, but no.
And to be clear, Joshy is not eligible to win.
I just made one as a proof of concept. I made it in 20 minutes. So I'm trying to encourage the less artistic community members to at least put something on paper and submit it so you can win a whitelist spot. Why not? It's very, very simple. So draw some inspiration.
Cool. Well, I mean, I haven't seen any requests for questions over on Discord, on the channel, on the chat channel, and nothing that we're missing. We cover everything.
They just love us.
And wrap this up. I mean, everybody, feel free to ask a question, or we answered it all. I don't know.
The next thing, again, if you weren't here earlier, next week, the art contest will wrap up this Saturday on Discord and Sunday on Twitter. Next week will be the Creative Mad Libs contest, and then maybe whatever Bernie just talked about with the corrupted fella.
Yes, no exact date on that.
Next AMA will be 2 weeks from today. We try to alternate a guest every other week, so we'll hopefully have a wonderful special guest for you as well. At the end of April. That'll be April 28th.
And I'll add that all of our AMAs, besides being recorded on Spaces for 30 days, do live on YouTube, our YouTube channel. Those of you who don't know, it's it's where we host all our videos. And I personally really love our AMAs, especially with the guests. We've had Gabby Dizon from Yield Games, OIGG. We've had Wenji from Neon Heroes. And we had Michael Chu, former head writer of Overwatch. Obviously, I'm very biased that the Michael Chu one, again, someone I can just talk to all day about storytelling and writing for grand narratives with interactive moments in it. So there was some really great nuggets there. Wenji was a YouTuber, a pop artist, and founded the Nine Heroes team. And, to give her incredible credit, you especially if you listen to that interview on YouTube with her, she is one smart lady. Like, that girl has got it, all thought out. And they're really thought out there with their plan and really strategic on what they're building over at Nine Heroes, project over on Solana. So check that out. And, Gabby is one of the luminaries in the play and earn space with his guild and Axie Infinity and so forth. So there's a lot of great things that come out of our educational content that comes out of our AMAs with guests. So really looking forward to our next one whenever we get that guest announced.
That's it, I think.
All right. So wrapping this baby up, just want to say shout outs to our team in the chat, who were in the chat. David Barthwell, one of our co-founders, Gears, Kevin Lin, Vin Lin, bunch of our community members I see in there, Daniel, Eddie, anybody else you want to see there, Brian, and so forth. I see people over in Discord, Neptune, all that stuff. So
and then Jason Lake of Complexity too. Hey,
oh yes,
what's going on?
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at 5 different screens, so I apologize.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah.
He's my old boss. I actually was part of Complexity twice in the past.
Twice?
Yeah. Once for StarCraft and once for Overwatch, man.
Nice. Awesome. So yeah, feel free to jump out on our Discord, DuskBreaker, discord.gd/DuskBreakers. I think that's the Discord link. If you can't,
yes, it's correct.
It's in our Twitter. If you're listening on Discord, well, you're already there, so you don't have to do anything. If you want to follow us on Twitter, and you're on Discord, you're not listening to on Spaces or through YouTube, it's at DuskBreakers. Pretty simple. And remember our YouTube channel too. If you actually throw us a subscribe, if you get over there too, I think we can get that more officially built out, even though all of our videos are hosted there.
One more. I have Instagram.com /DuskBreakers NFT is our handle there. So if you go over there, we've been posting our own art and our community art from the Gribble contest. So go give us a follow on Instagram as well. And that's it for me.
Joshy, final word.
Yep, thanks for listening, everybody. Do the contests, and Game Night poll will be on Discord tonight, so you can start voting on which mini games you will play with us on Twitch next week, starting Wednesday evening. That's it. Okay, bye.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful day or night.
Have a great night, everybody, or day if you're in Asia, and we'll talk to you next time. If you have any other questions, come on Discord.